Aibowan. Welcome to the fourth lesson of the number systems. I3 Education channel presented few lessons to you. I hope you have looked all those videos and understood lot of concept of number systems. Now today we are going to the fourth part of the number systems lesson. I warmly invite you to subscribe to my channel, I3 Education channel, and make a like and share this one among your friends. Okay, today we will start the fourth lesson. First of all, we look at what we have discussed in the last lesson. Last lesson, we discussed how could we convert another base number to the decimal. It's a very simple method. What you do is you normally multiply the given number by the positional values and then you add up all those values obtained. It's a very simple method. I hope you have practiced those things. If you are not familiar with these methods, you can watch our previous videos in this channel. Okay, now today we are discussing about how to convert a non-decimal value to a non-decimal value. That means how can you convert, say, a binary number into octal, or maybe binary number into hexadecimal, and other way around, octal to binary or hexadecimal to binary, or maybe you can convert octal to hexadecimal as well. Okay, how do we do that? There are two methods to do that. There are two methods to convert a non-decimal value to a non-decimal value. The first method is you simply convert that non-decimal value to decimal. You convert that non-decimal value to decimal value. Then we convert that decimal value to the required base. First you convert into decimal, then you convert from decimal to the required base. Or sometimes you can use the shortcut method, that is directly you can convert non-decimal base to a non-decimal base. But there's a small point you have to remember, not all the number systems support that shortcut method. Some system you can perform that, some systems you may be not able to format that. Okay, so we'll discuss all these things in detail now. Okay, how do we convert a number from non-decimal to non-decimal? Say binary to octal. What you can do is you can convert the binary number to decimal, then you convert that decimal into octal. Or you may be directly convert from binary to octal, or other way around, octal to decimal and decimal to binary, or octal to binary directly. You can do the same thing with binary and hexadecimal. You convert to decimal, then hexadecimal, or directly you convert from binary to hexa. You can do octal to hexadecimal conversion. How you do that? You convert octal number to decimal, then decimal to hexa. You convert octal number to decimal, then decimal to hexa, or decimal to hexa. Okay, if you want to convert from octal to hexadecimal directly, you can't do that, but you can do this one through binary. You convert your octal number to binary, then you convert that binary number into hexa, or hexadecimal number will be converted into binary number, then binary number will be converted into the octal number. Okay, we'll do that one. First one, we'll look at how can you convert a binary number into octal. This is a very simple method. First method, you convert to decimal, then you convert to octal. Okay, we'll look at how we can do that. The first method, you are converting binary number into octal through the decimal. It's a very simple one. We are going to discuss. It is 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 1. First we convert into decimal. You know the method. You multiply by the positional values, then you add up all these things together. 3 ones 0 1 0 double 2. It comes 234 in decimal. Then you convert the decimal number into octal. You know the method. You divide this one by 8. You add the quotient and the remainder. You know the method. You do that one. Okay, you get that. Okay, when you convert 234 in decimal to octal, you get 352. You remember that we are writing from end to start. Okay, when you convert 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 from binary to decimal, it becomes 234. When you convert that number into octal, it becomes 352. Okay, you got that. Okay, we'll go to one more example with the method 2. Method 2, what you do is you directly convert that number into octal. How you do that? You divide that number into groups. how you divide that one? You make 3 digits group, but you have to start from the end. You are making that number into 3 digits group starting from the end. Then you write the decimal equivalent of these groups. You divide the number into groups, 3 digits group starting from the end. Then write the decimal equivalent of these groups, something like this. You divide into 3 digits group, say something like that. Then write the decimal equivalent of these groups. So first one is 1 1, next one is 1 0 1, last one is 0 1 0. You get something like this. Okay, sometimes you may be facing difficulties to convert this one into decimal values directly. We learned this one. How can we do that? Okay, we'll do that one. So for that one, you have to understand the relationship between decimal, binary, and octal. Okay, look at these things now. These are decimal numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we can write the binary equivalent of these values. Okay, decimal 0 is binary just 0. 1 is 0, 1. 2 will be written as 1, 0. 3 is written as 1, 1. 4 is 1, 0, 0. 5 is 1, 0, 1. 6 is 1, 1, 0. 7 is 1, 1, 1. Okay, could you write the octal equivalent of these values? Yes, we can do. Decimal 0 is octal 0. Decimal 1 is octal 1. Decimal 2 is octal 2. Something like this. When you look at very clearly that, you can see that to present one octal number, you need 3 binary numbers. Say now 4, 1, 0, 0, 5, 1, 0, 1. That means whenever you are writing binary equivalent to octal number, you must use 3 digits. Always you have to use 3 binary digits to make one octal number. That is the relationship between binary and octal. 2 to the power 3 equal to 8 to the power 1. So to present one octal number, you need 3 binary numbers. 3 binary numbers will become one octal number. Okay, look at now. How can we find the octal equivalent of the binary groups? See now this one. You can easily see that. I'll give you a small tip for here. A small trick, a tip. How you do that? When you're writing under that group, you write 1, 2, 4 starting from the end. It is 1, 4, 2. Then you calculate. Look at this number now. 1, 0, 1. You write 1, 2, 4. We can calculate. So here there is 1 ones, 0 twos, and 4 ones. So it become 4, 1. It is 5. Look at this number now. It is no 4s, but 1 2s, 1 ones. Then it become 3. Look at this one now. It is 4 plus 2. It is 6. Look at this one now. It is, it's 0. 0, 0, 1. Total become 1. This one 0 plus 2 plus 0. It is 2. You can see last one. This number 4. You know that. Okay, now we can calculate these things. Okay, we'll convert one number from binary octal. This number 1 0 1 0 0 1. We are converting from binary to octal. We write with 3 digits group. It is 1 0 1. It's 5. 0 0 1. It's 1. You can do that trick. You just write 1 2 4 below that number with the very small size letters. You write with the very small size letters numbers, then you can calculate this one very easy. It is always remember 1 2 4 starting from the end. Okay, it's now 51. 5 1 in 8. Okay, we get one more. 1 1, 5 zeros, 1 1. We are divided into 3 digits group, something like that. Okay, you got the answer. See now the second part, 1 1 0 is 6. 0 0 0 it is 0. It's very important. 0 1 1 it's 3. Okay. It is 603 in octal. Okay, now try to do these conversions from binary to octal. 110 11010. You have to convert from binary to octal. Look at this number now. 1, 3 zeros, 2 ones, 0, 2 ones. You can convert from binary to octal. How you do that? Divide into 3 digits group, start from the end, then write the decimal value of that group. We are converting this one. I'll give you the answers just to verify your answer. I always request you to do these calculations and verify your answer. If your answer is not the same, you may have made some mistakes in between. Try to verify that mistake. Try to identify the mistake and make the corrections. Always you try to do yourself and verify your answer whether you have done the right way. Second one. 1, 3 zeros, 1, 1, 0, 2 ones. It is 4, 3, 3. Last one. It is 1, 2, 5, 2. Okay. We go for next one. Now we are going to convert from binary to hexadecimal. You may understood that the relationship. The first method is convert into decimal. We are not going to discuss that one. We are going to discuss the shortcut method. How can we convert binary number to hexadecimal directly? So for that one, you understand the relationship. For the octal number, relationship is 3 to the 1. Here, 2 to the power 4 equal to 6 to the power 1. What that means? You need 4 binary numbers to make one hexadecimal number. You need 4 binary numbers to make one hexadecimal number. That is the 2 to the power 4 equal to 6 to the power 1. So now we try to find out the hexadecimal equivalent for groups. Okay, you write something like this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 4 ones. But the value is 15. You know already, you can't write 15 there. In hexadecimal number, there is no value called 15. It should be written as F. Yeah, it should be F. Look at this one now. You can use that technique now. The shortcut method, small technique. What's that? You write 1, 2, 4, 8. Starting from there, you're writing 1, 2, 4, 8. Look at now. There is 1, 8. There is 1, 1. Then you say 8 plus 1 is 9. Look at this number now. It is 8 plus 2 plus 1. It's 11. What is 11 is? 11 is B. This one, 4 plus 2 plus 1. It's 7. Okay. You're right. Now, this one. It's 3. Look at this one now. What is it? It's 0. It's 0. Very, very important. You have to understand that one. It's 0. Okay. With that understanding, we try to continue with some problems. Okay. Look at this sample. We are making 4 digits group starting from the end. Then write in the decimal equivalent of that or hexadecimal equivalent of that. Okay. We are converting 110 11001 from binary to hexadecimal. We are converting this one now. Make into 3 digits group. You can use that tip. You are writing in bottom, little bit down with the small figures. 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay. First one is 11. Second one is 3. You know. Okay. 13. 13 is D. 9. Okay. It's the D9. D9. Okay. We go 1 4. 1 0 1 1 0 1. We're writing. So now it is, even though you don't have figures, you write 1 2 4 8. You always write that one, then you don't make mistakes. 1 2 4 8. So now you can see now it's 2D. Okay, right? 2D. Next one. Okay, we try to solve these problems now. I'm going to some exercises. You can perform these exercises. 110 from binary to hexadecimal. You know method, divide into 4-digit group. They write the hexadecimal equivalent of that. This one, 1, 2 zeros, 3 ones, 0, 1, 1. This one, 1 0, 1 0, 1 0, 1 1, 0 0. I will give you the answers to verify your answers. I always request you to do as yourself and verify these answers. Don't try to write these answers. You have to know how to do this one by yourself. Practice it. I am giving you the answers to verify your answers. If your answers are different from here, you may have made some mistakes somewhere. You try to identify the mistakes and make the corrections on that. Okay, now 110 becomes DA. 1, 2 zeros, 3 ones, 0, 1 1 will make 1 3B in hexadecimal. Yeah, it should be hexadecimal. Okay, it is not a base 8, it should be hexadecimal. It's a simple mistake. You have to make it 16. The base is 16. Okay, last one, 2AC, it should be 16. It's a simple mistake here. You have to make it is a base 16. You know that it should be 16, it's not 8. Okay, now we continue. We are converting from octal to binary. Octal to binary, you may know the method, the relationship. But the relationship, a to the power 1 equal to 2 to the power 3. What that means, to make one octal number, you need 3 binary numbers. That means when you are converting octal to binary, you have to write always with 3 digits group. So we try to find out how we write 7. Again, the simple technique, you write here 4 2 1, 4 2 1. Now we create 7 from this one. How many 4s you need? 1. How many 2s? 1. How many 1s? 1. You write something like this. Now to create this one, 5. You write 4 2 1. Now we are going to create 5. So how many 4s? 1. How many 2s? You don't want zeros. You don't want 2s, it is 0. So then how many 1s? 1. So you write 1 0 1. You make this one now 3. How to write that? 4 2 1. Remember that always you must write 3 digits. It is 3 digits. Do you want 4s? No. 0 1 1. Remember that. This one 6. How do you make that one? You write 4 2 1. It's 1 1 0. We'll make that 1. How do you make 1? You write 4 2 1. It's 0 0 1. Yeah. Next one 2. How do you make 2? 4 2 1. It's 0 1 0. Make that 4 now. It's 4 2 1. It is you write 1 1 0 0. Okay, with that knowledge, we try to solve few problems. We are going to convert this one. How do you write? You always write the binary equivalent of that octal number using 3 digits for each. Remember that always you write with 3 digits each. Okay, 375 from octal to binary. We write with gap something like this. How do you write? Under that one you write 4 2 1, 4 2 1, 4 2 1. You write 3. It is 0 1 1, 7 1 1 1, 5 1 0 1. So now you can write the answers. The first 0 is not required here. Even though write or not, it is not required here because you know the starting 0 has no value on here. Okay, we go one more example. 5 2 from octal to binary. 5. We write 4 2 1, 4 2 1. 5 is it is 1 0 1. 2 is 0 1 0. Okay, it is 1 0 1 0 1 0. We go for some exercises. We are going to convert 752 from octal to binary. You know the method. You write each one with 3 digits. This one 304. Last one 612. We'll get the answers. Again, I am telling you, I am giving the answers just to verify your method. So 752 in octal becomes 1 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 0. 4 0 4 ones 0 1 0 1 0. 304. As you know, the starting 0 is not required. 1 1 3 zeros 1 2 zeros. 612 1 1 3 zeros 1 0 1 0. Okay, now we are going to convert from hexadecimal to binary. You know the technique now. Is always you make with 4 digits group. You make with 4 digits group because 16 to the power 1 equal to 2 to the power 4. So now we are converting 9e from hexadecimal to binary. So you write 9. Here you write 8 4 2 1. 8 4 2 1. You make 9. How to make 9? It's 1 0 0 1. E is 14. It is 1 1 1 0. Okay. Now we convert one more one. D2. Write D2. What is D? D means 13. Okay. We can convert now. It's 8 4 2 1 8 4 2 1. You make 13. Something like this. It is 1 1 0 1. 2 is 0 0 1 0. Remember that always we write with the 4 digits. It's must. 4 digits. That's a remember. Get these exercises. 1EA C4 18A. Okay, when you convert 1EA to binary, it becomes 4 ones 0 1 0 1 0. When you convert C4 to binary, it is 2 ones 3 zeros 1 2 zeros. 18A from hexadecimal to binary. It's 2 ones 3 zeros 1 0 1 0. Okay, now we continue. Now we are going to convert from octal to hexadecimal. You understood the method? How do you do that? There are two methods. You can convert this one to binary, then hexadecimal. That is the most easiest and convenient to do that. The other way is convert your octal number to decimal and convert to hexadecimal. That may be a little bit difficult. So I always recommend you to do convert that octal number into binary, then convert that binary number into hexal. That's the method we are going to discuss here. So first, we get this number from octal to hexadecimal. 753 from octal to hexadecimal. It's a very simple. Step number 1, convert this one to binary. 753. You know, 7 is 1 1 1, 5 is 1 0 1, 3 is 0 1 1. Step number 2. Now you convert to hexa. How you do that? Divide into 4 digits group starting from the end. Divide into 4 digits group starting from the end. Then write the hexadecimal equivalent of these groups. So first is 1. You know 110 is 14. 14 means E. 1011 is 11. 11 is B. So now it is 1EB. Look at this one now. Can you convert into hexadecimal? Yeah, step 1. Convert into binary. Write something like this. Step number 2. Convert now into 4 digits group. Okay, now 0 1 0 0, 4 zeros 3 zeros 1. Now it is 4 0 14. You can write 14, right? Yeah, you write as E. It is 40E. Can you convert these numbers into hexadecimal? 752 from octal to hexadecimal. 304, 612, 752 from octal to hexadecimal. 752 will come, yeah, it's 1EA. 304 it will come as C4. 612 it will get the answer 180. Okay, now we are going to discuss how to convert hexadecimal into octal. Hexadecimal into octal. It's a very simple method. How you do? You convert into binary. 9E3. E means 14. Okay. Now we write as 4 digits. Then you convert this one into 3 digits group. You make 3 digits group. Then write the decimal equivalent of these groups. You can do that. Okay, we'll get one more example. A07 from hexadecimal to octal. It's a very simple one. A means 10. A is 10, 0 and 7. You write with 4 digits. You must write as 4 digits always. You must remember that. Even though 0 must be specified with 4 digits because it has a positional value. Okay, now we divide into 3 digits group. Then write the value of these groups. Yeah, it is 5007 in octal. You can do that. Okay, we get one more exercise. 1EA from hexadecimal to octal. You know how to do that. Convert to binary, then convert to octal. C4. Third one. 18A from hexadecimal to octal. 1EA. When you convert from hexadecimal to octal, you get the answer. What you got? Is this? Yeah, it is 752. C4. You got? Yeah, it's 304. 18A. It should be 612. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about adding numbers. You know adding numbers. How can we add these numbers? Okay. First we look at your family adding, the decimal adding. When you add 1 to 5, it is 6. Now we look at that one. We are adding 70 to 42. 7 plus 2 is 9. 1 plus 4 is 5. It is okay. Look at this one now. How do you do that? 4 plus 8. Answer is 12. What do? You write 2 here. Then you take the 1 to the next line. Then you add that one. So it becomes something like this. This is the way how you do adding in decimal. So same method can be applied in binary, octal as well as in hexadecimal. Now we try to do some binary adding. Look at these things now. 0 plus 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1. It's 1. 1 plus 0. What is it? It is 1. 1 plus 1 in binary. 1 plus 1 is 2. But do we have 2 in binary? No, there is no 2 in binary because binary will have only 0 and 1. So when you say 1 plus 1, it is 2, but you can't write as 2. How do you write 2 in binary? It is 1 0. In binary, 2 means 1 0. Remember, keep that. You must keep that, remember. Then we are going to discuss how to do addition with these theories. Okay, now adding few numbers. Look at now. 101 at 2 0 1 0. Yeah, 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. I'll give you a simple trick here, a simple technique, a small tip and trick how you do that one. If you can't add using binary directly, what you do is you convert them into decimal. 101 is 5, 010 is 2. Then we add these things in decimal. Then we convert them back to the binary. This will be a little bit lengthy and take a little bit of time, but this guarantees your answer. If you can't do the binary addition, don't worry that you do normal decimal addition. But this take little bit of time. These questions will get as MCQ questions. Then you need the answer, the accurate answer. The method may be not very much concerned. You need to give the correct answer. So if you are not familiar with the binary adding, if you forget the binary adding, if you think that it may be a little bit tough and difficult, then you try to do this simple technique. Convert them into decimal, add them in decimal, then convert them into binary. This will guarantee your answer. Look at this one now. Yeah, 110 add to 001, something like this. If you say 110 is 6, 001 is 1, so this 6 plus 1 is 7. Look at this one now. This one also 3 plus 4. Look at this one now. 101 add to 101. You will add that. You start the end. 1 plus 1 is 2. You can't write 2. You write 0. You take 1 to the next line. So 1 plus 0 plus 0. It's now again 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. You can't write 2. You should write as 1 0. 101. It's 5. 101. It is 5. 5 plus 1 is 10. You can see that. We'll add one more. 1 1 1 add to 101. So 1 plus 1 is 2. You write 0 there. You take 1 to the next line. So 1 plus 1 plus 0. It is 2. Again you write 0. Take 1 to the next line. 1 plus 1 plus 1. It's 3. Yeah, 1 plus 1 plus 1. It is 3. How to write 3? 3 is 1 1. Something like this. So 1 1 1 is 7. 101 is 4. Okay, now you get that. Okay. Subtracting. How do you deduct a number from another number? 0 minus 0. It is 0. Next one is a very special. 0 minus 1. What is the answer? Yeah, it is negative 1. Minus 1. Negative 1. Minus 1. But in O level, ordinary level, it doesn't require this kind of calculations. But if you look at advanced level and higher studies, you want to deduct a small number from bigger number and bigger number from a small number. But in ordinary level, it required only to deduct a small number from a bigger number. So you will not get negative answers in ordinary level. So our next lesson will be discussed for advanced topics. In those lessons, you can understand how you do deduct a small number from bigger number and bigger number from a small number. There are several methods used. It's called as ones complements and twos complements. So for ordinary level students, you are not required to learn about these things. So you don't worry about. You get only questions to deduct a small number from bigger number. You will never get the question which you want to deduct a bigger number from a small number, which gives a negative answer. So now we are deducting 0 from 1. 1 minus 0, it is 1. 1 minus 1, it is 0. Okay, with that knowledge, we can deduct few things. So 1 minus 0 is 1. 0 to 1, you can't deduct that one. What you do is you take from the next line. When you ask from the next line, you get as 2 because it's binary. You get as 2, then you are deducting 1 from 2. It's the now 1. You can do this technique we discussed earlier. As you did in addition, you can do the same technique here for deduction. 101 is 5, 010 is 2. When you deduct 2 from 5, it's 3. Look at this one now. You deduct 1 from 0, you can't do that. You ask a value from next line. Now next line has 1, you get something from there, you get as 2. Then you deduct 1 from 2, it is 1. Then there was 1 there, but you took that 1, now it's remaining 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. Now you deduct the last one, 1, deduct 0, it is 1. Okay. You can do this one again in decimal. 110 is 6, 001 is 1, 6 minus 1 is 5. You can this one very simple. It is 010, 4, deduct from 6. Okay. It's now 5 minus 5 is 0. Okay. You can do this subtraction now. 1 minus 1, it's 0. You can't deduct 0 from 1. You ask from the next line. You get as 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, now we get something like this way. You can do this 1011, deduct 1001. You get that. Okay, you get this one. You deduct 1 from 0, you can't do that. You ask from the next line. You are getting as 2. You deduct 2 from 1, it is 1. Then you have 0 there. You ask from next line. You get as 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Then there remaining only 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. You get something like this. You can perform this one again using that technique, that is convert to decimal and deduct from decimal, then convert back to the binary. Adding octal. This was same thing you can apply. Adding octal. You see now 0 plus 2, it's 2. 2 plus 3, it's 5. Look at this one now. 4 plus 3, it's 7. Now 4 plus 4, what is it? 4 plus 4, 8. Can you write 8? No, you can't write 8 because there is no 8 in octal number system. We have only up to 7. How to write 8 now? 8 means 1 0. When you have 8, it should be written as 1 0. Look at this one now. 4 plus 6, what is it? It's 10. Can you write 10? No, you can't write 10. Then you have to convert that 10 into octal. When you convert 10 into octal, what you get? It is, you divide 10 by 8, then you get something like this. It's 1 2. Look at this one now. 7 plus 6, it is 13. 13 means, yeah, it is 1 5. We'll do this addition now. 175 add to 102. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 0, 7. 1 plus 1, 2. We add in now. 5 plus 4, it's 9. Can you write 9? No, you can't write 9. Then write 1 there. You take the next value to the next line. Okay, now you can do that. 1 plus 7 plus 2, it is 10. Can you write 10? No, you can't write 10. You write 2, get the next value, you get the answer, something like that. One more. 1756 add to 6253. 6 plus 3, it's 9. You can't write 9, you write 3. You get 1 to the next line. 1 plus 5 plus, it is 11. Then write 3 there. Take next 1 to next line. 1 plus 7 plus 2, 10. You can write 10, 2. Next line, 1 plus 1 plus 6. So you can see that. Okay. Now we are going to do hexadecimal addition. Same thing here as you did. 0 plus 2, it is 2. 2 plus 3, it's 5. 5 plus 5, it's 5 plus 5, it is 10. Can I write 10? No, you can't write 10. Then what do you write? In hexadecimal, 10 means capital A. You add this one together. 9 plus 3, it is 13. What is 13? 13 means it's D. A. What is A? A is 10. 10 plus 5, it is 15. What is 15? Can write 15? No, we can write 15. Then what do you write? You write F. Look at now. B plus C. B means 11. C means 12. Now it is 23. So how do you write? You divide into? Okay, it is 1 plus 7 is 17. 1, 7. Okay. AD. A means 10. B means 13. 23. It is 1, 7 again. Okay. FF. F means 15. 15 plus 15, 30. What is 30? You convert it into hexadecimal. Look at now. Okay. Now we can do these additions using hexadecimal. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 0, 7. 1 plus 1, 2. We add these things together. 5 plus 5, 10. How to write 10? 10 means capital A. 7 plus 8, it is 15. 0 plus 7. We do this one now. 9 plus 3, it's 12. 12 means, okay. Okay, now we try to summarize what we have discussed today. It's a very simple thing. First we discuss how can we convert a binary number into octal. It's a very simple method. Binary number will be separated into 3 digits group. You make 3 digits group of the binary number, then you write the decimal equivalent of these values of these groups. To convert binary number into octal number, you make 3 digits group, then you write the decimal equivalent of each of these group. Then we discuss how can we convert an octal number to binary. What you do is you write the values with 3 digits. Each octal number should be written as 3 binary values. Remember that, always 3. You must write 3. Okay, then we discussed how can we convert a binary number to hexa. You know the technique. You divide the binary number into 4 digits group. You make into 4 digits group, then write hexadecimal equivalent of these groups. Then we discuss how can we convert a hexadecimal number into binary. You know that method. You always write the hexadecimal value with 4 binary digits. 4 binary digits. That is very, very important. Okay, now we are going to give you a bit of assignment to perform. This assignment you can do yourself and send it to me. In the next slides, I will give you my contact number and my email address. It is better to send as an email message with these answers. So my students, all of my students must submit these answers to my email address or connect to our Google Classroom. Then you can submit these answers to the Google Classroom. All the other students who are not coming to my classes also can submit these answers to my email address. I'll be marking and sending back to you with the feedback. So anyone who want to get the feedbacks, kindly requested to submit these things through my email address. It is easy and better to send by email address then it will conveniently I can send the address. Or else you also can connect to my Google Classroom, contact me on that telephone number, or send your details to the email address given in the next slides. So you send your name, grade, and the school. You send your name, grade, and the school. Then I will send you the Google Classroom code to connect it. So my Google Classroom will have a lot of things. We have quizzes, we have assignments, we have notes, we have summary notes. All those things are given in my Google Classroom. So you can conveniently learn these things in your Google Classroom. You can upload your assignment answers to that Google Classroom session or send it me to the email address given there. Okay, now we are going to assignment number 1. A. Convert the following numbers from decimal to binary. B. These decimal numbers should be converted into octal. C. This decimal number should be converted into hexadecimal. You can note it down these things. You can do it yourself and send it to me as an email message. Then I will mark these things and give you the feedback. All the students of my classes should be answers to these questions. Write your name and write the class you are attending. You write your name and the class you are attending, then send it to me through that email address. Then I'll be marking these things and send it to you. All of my students who are following in my classes must do all these assignments and submit through the email, or you can send in my Google Classroom. So who are not connected to the Google Classroom of mine, you can contact me through email message by giving me the name, school, and the grade. Because I have separate classroom for grade 10, grade 11, and advanced level. I have different classes for groups, that is grade 10, grade 11, and advanced level. Then you must mention your name, your grade, and the school. Then I can put it in the required Google Classroom code. Then you can connect that one. Okay, this is assignment number 1. Assignment 2. Convert the following binary numbers into decimal. E. Octal numbers to decimal. F. This hexadecimal to decimal. Do these assignments. Send me through email. I'll be marking these things and send you with the feedbacks. Assignment number 3. G. Convert this binary into octal. H. Octal to binary and hexa. I. These hexa numbers to binary and octal. Do all these assignments and send me to my email address by giving your name and the class you are attending. If you are not attending to my classes, it doesn't matter. You simply send me your answers with your name and the school and the grade. Your name, your school, and your grade. If you are not connected yet to my Google Classroom, you can simply send your name, grade, and the school. Then I will send you the Google class code which you can connect with my class. Okay, this will end up the part 4 of the number systems. Thank you very much. I hope that you got enough knowledge with this video. Kindly I request you to subscribe. Subscribe to this channel, i3 Education channel. We have a lot of lessons which will give you knowledge. Then share this one with your friends. Kindly share this one with your friends and make a like. You subscribe to this channel, you share with your friends, you put a like on that. If you need any further details or notes, you can contact me through this telephone number or through this email address. You can learn with me with my Google Classroom. You send your name, grade, and the school. I will send you the required Google class code which can be conveniently learned online. So thank you very much. Have a good day. Kindly subscribe, share and like. Send me your name, grade, school to send you the Google Classroom code if you wish to work with this Google Classroom of mine. Thank you very much. Have a good